Hello and welcome back to another show. Yes, we finally have another great thing here, which is two different cameras. One is the SE3 by Apple, and the other contender is the Mini, and this one is the Mini 13. The biggest question is, which one should you be getting when we have two of those obvious very good cameras for us to pick from? In case you're new here, my name is Sorya Kisamov and I do a lot of tech reviews and gears, entertainment, lots of cool features. Please subscribe to this channel in case you're interested in learning something new here. I keep things simple and good enough for you to know. And if it's good enough for you to know, it's good enough for me to know as well. So pretty much, you probably are wondering which camera should you be getting, or more likely which phone. There is pluses and minuses to both of them. The biggest difference is of course the price tag. This one over here is going for the SE number 3, a whooping, guess what, $470 or $420 plus taxes. Now, if you do get the cheapest version, you only get 64 gigabyte of memory. So if you give another $50, you get double the memory at 128, which is probably a much better choice for you. In fact, if you want the same exact thing in the Mini, you have to shovel up an extra $200. So for extra $200, is the Mini 13 actually worth it? You might say, hey, I'm gonna be going for the 12 because the 12 is much cheaper. And you're right, but it's only $50 cheaper. So $50 cheaper to get the one that's 12 is not really worth it, in my opinion. You get so much better processor and camera and everything else in this one, but that's a story for another day. And you probably are still thinking, should I get this one or should I get that one? It's so hard to decide. First off, form factor. The original SE, well, the third version, look at how slick this thing is. It feels very good in your hands as you put this in, but it has one big downside for it to feel good in your hands. Unlike the Mini, which if you're holding it like this, you can feel your thumbs cutting right here because the edge is kind of rough on the sides. Although this looks so much more slick and beautiful than this one. I actually don't like the way it looks, but I like the way it feels in your hand. Now, that being said, there is a problem with this. Because it's so slick, you need a case to protect it. Because if it falls down, it's gonna fall because it's slick. Pretty much it will slip out of your hand so much more easy than the Mini. The Mini, just because of the way it's made, it's easier for you to hold this. It will hold in your hand much better without accidentally falling off, which is a big thing about this. Next is the screen size that we are talking about. The Mini is the smallest phone that Apple actually sells. You can tell that the SE3, if you don't like big things, the miniature one is minier than the third version. That being said, this one, the SE number 3, has less real estate because of two factors. Black line right here and a huge black line over there as well. So because of that, the Mini gets you more screen size to it. You can see over here it utilizes almost the entire screen all throughout this, which is wow, except this small little midget here. So if you like some of the black stuff, this is gone. That's it. You're using almost 100% of the phone real estate, and yet it is much small. When it comes to other things in here, we have the button. This doesn't have a button. There is no button here whatsoever. If you want to use the actual camera, you will have to go ahead and go into the camera mode, and then there's going to be a button that you can take pictures with. On this one, it is simple. Once you get in here, you press on the camera and you have the camera actual button. Hey, there is two buttons here. This is the funny thing. There is the button when you press, when you take a picture, and there's a button right there below. So it kind of is weird in some ways, like, hey, why do you need the button when you're not really using the button? You're actually pressing something else to take a picture when the button is right behind. Well, the button is just really for you to click on things and to get rid of it. It's just an extra button that only exists on the third edition of this phone. In terms of camera, we have only one camera over here. We got a wide angle camera as well here, plus a night feature too. So it takes beautiful night photography. It has a cinematic mode, and it has better videos because you can do wide angle here as well. So it has night photography. So pretty much this got a lot more better features when it comes to cameras and when it comes to photography than the SE number 3. On the other hand, we have a few issues with this. Although it comes with good things, it comes with bad as well. So what is the bad thing? Pretty much the screen. The actual screen is bad. Why is it bad? It's not bad for everyone. It's bad for certain percent of the population that gets dizzy when they look at very high quality screen. So the high quality screen is excellent, in my opinion. It's beautiful when you look at it, except for the small percent of the population who gets dizzy looking in motion sickness looking at something like this. So it has nothing to do with its small screen size. It has to do with its refresh rate and retina screen. So if you're getting dizzy from the retina screen, just get the SE, which is the third version. It doesn't have a retina screen in it. It's much easier for your eyes, and you can stare at this all day long and not feel any motion sickness or dizzy effects. Maybe a little bit, but not as much as the miniature Mini 13, which is a big downside, huge downside in my opinion. I'd rather pay extra for the Mini if it didn't have that. But in fact, I shouldn't be paying extra, I should be paying less because it has less details than for sure. Other than that, what other things that the third version has that the Mini doesn't? The form factor, the cool looks. This one is definitely not really that cool looking. You might say this is as close as you can get to the original iPhone. As close as you can get. That's available right now. That is at its highest potency and the best possible iPhone that you can purchase right now. That actually has to do with somebody named Steve Jobs. On the other hand, this is an entirely new beast out there that have not been existed when Steve Jobs was around. Also, it has another issue, which might be so minor that nobody really cares, but dust. This attracts dust all over it. Although, the good thing about this, it's more waterproof, it's more crash resistant, it can fall down, and it's less likely to break than the third edition of the iPhone 3. Well, it brings us to the verdict here. Which one should you be getting when there is two different amazing phones for you to pick from, which are both of them, really, this is the bottom of the line Apple phone that is available right now in the market, which is pretty good in my opinion. This is the lowest and the bottom of the line iPhone mini that is the newest that they have on the market. That being said, they have a bigger version of this. If you like miniature sizes, this is much better. The bigger version is good in my opinion, but it's not great. In fact, I like the small factor much more than the bigger one. If I want something bigger, I'll get the iPad. If I want something even bigger than that, I will use my laptop. I want something small that I can put in my pocket and use it as the phone, which is designed and intended for this to do. The bigger it gets, the less harder it is for you to use this for its original purpose, which was the phone. So which one should you be getting out of both of those different phones? In my opinion, it comes down to two things. Price. This is much cheaper. And over time, they get cheaper all the time. So you might as well get the best possible phone for the cheapest possible price, which is the SE number 3. Second reason is if you need very good cinema camera, you need very good picture quality, you should go for this one. It has a wide angle that this does not. So this actually has process for that. If you want to do 4K videos and working, this is better for it as well. In fact, this is actually a video camera. It doubles, in fact, as a video camera. And this does not really does a good job with it because it lacks the cinematic factor and the wide angle in here. So this is still the better camera out there, in my opinion. And video camera as well. So you're getting both of them for the same kind of price. But this one gives you so much better deal. And it really comes down to you. What do you need to use this for? Both of them will do a lot of the things you need, except this one will do a little bit less when it comes to camera and video capacity. Everything else it does just as good. So what are you going to be using it for? Put down below which one are you going to be getting. Which one you think is the better and the superior camera out of both of them. Which one is the one that you will be picking. Yes and why and no. Put it below in the comments section and I will try to answer some of it as well. So if you did enjoy this and enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and see you in the next video of the show. Well, you never know what is the next thing that's going to be featured on this channel. And lastly, the best comes last, which is a screen cover. You need some kind of a cover to protect it. And I do suggest for you to get the UAG. It's one of the best covers out there, and you can get the 12 version for only 15 bucks, and it easily will get right on your phone right here and protect your investment for a very cheap price. And of course, the word deck. What do I rate this at? And let's find out. So the SE number 3, I give this a 9 out of 10 stars. It's almost the perfect phone. If this had a wide angle and it had night photography, it would be a 10 star in my opinion. This one, I rate this 9.5 out of 10. If this actually didn't give me, got me a little bit dizzy, I would have kept it. It actually is amazing in my opinion. It's much more better than the original iPhone. The only thing that is missing here, it's missing the button for you to press on, which I actually subtract half a star just for that. Other than that, it is an amazing phone. Both phones are amazing and get almost a perfect 10 star in my opinion. Of course, you know what is gonna nudge that down a star is when the next version of the iPhone is gonna come up next year, and every single year it gets better. So you might as well just buy the best possible one you can afford right now, and then next year, or you're going to be waiting 2 years, you're going to be updating to the next possible version as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next episode of this show.